Cheerio! I requested it too. Cheerio! How are we doing? Thank you all so much for joining me for Love is Blind UK Season 3, Episodes 1 through 4. No spoilers. No spoilers. Some of us have yet to complete the season. No spoilers. Oh, even though I feel like I know. Oh, no. I dropped my thing. Even though I feel like I know where this season is going to go, no spoilers. Hold on. I know I do. I got to do better. Back from commercial break. Lord. My earrings won't let me be great. Back from commercial break. But even though I feel like I kind of know where this is going to go. Because, guys, I predicted almost every couple but 2. And I'm going to tell you why I was wrong with 2. But I pretty much saw how this was going to go. Did we put Yasmin with Jordan? I gotta go back and watch that. But I I knew where this was going. But no spoilers. No spoilers. What?
No.
What?
No. Francesca and Joseph.
But let me tell you why. That didn't go the way it was going to go.
Why?
But I knew he was going to be in something with Chevanique. But Francesca, I didn't call that because I'm just going for first impressions. But we're going to get into how they actually got together.
Okay. If you say that.
Trust and believe. I'm right. Yeah, so we're just going to talk about 1 through 4. Then we're going to finish the season tomorrow. Here's the thing with Love is Blind UK. Why do y'all drop every episode on like the same day? Do y'all not have jobs? Like, what is going on? Every episode, I'm like, there's no way. I'm getting through this. I got other shows to talk about. So I'm only caught up to episode 4. Please No
That's
spoilers.
only episode 4?
Yes, girl. There's like, I think there's like 4 or 5 more episodes. We're going to finish the season tomorrow. And tomorrow is going to be UK Friday. Here is why. We're also going to talk about Harry and Meghan in a separate live on that same day. We're also going to talk about Harry and Meghan moving back to the UK because I have my suspicions. But
me too, child.
You got some suspicions?
Oh, me too, child.
All I can say is don't be mad at our girl. You know, falling in love with a man, you be making some decisions you shouldn't be making. It is what it is. You know, she's standing by her man. Don't be mad at her. But we'll talk about it tomorrow. So tomorrow is UK Friday. We'll finish Love is Blind UK, and then we'll talk about, or we might just talk about Harry and Meghan first. We'll see. Talk about Harry and Meghan. No, we're going to talk about Harry and Meghan last because I also want to prioritize my American viewers as well. So we got to compromise, UK. We got to compromise. So we're going to talk about Harry and Meghan later. No, we're going to have 2. This is not going to be in the same. It's going to be Love is Blind UK, same time tomorrow. And then we're going to talk about Harry and Meghan right after that. Yeah, UK Friday. So let's get into, this is how the review is going to go. I'm going to go through my initial thoughts on every episode. Of course, my thoughts are going to change, but this is just my initial thoughts when watching the episodes. So let's hop into episode 1. Love is Blind UK, episode 1. Here is the thing. We had this conversation yesterday, and this one I called correctly. I told y'all that Chef was going to play. Jack is only on this show because he wants to get to the perfect match, because he's eventually going to come to LA and terrorize them white girls in Malibu. I am telling you, if Jack ain't already here, he will be. I knew he was going to play.
Well, don't hate the player.
Hate the game. I knew that Chef was going to play. I will say he has a fun personality, so I see how he was able to initially attract Sierra and Faye, but he definitely is a player. But he's a chef.
Is that the one who didn't remember her name?
Fran. He's a chef. I'm telling you, you got to stay away from.
But he has a nasty attitude.
He does. You got to stay away from chefs, surgeons, military men, cops. Sorry, Yasmin. Cops. Who else? Professional athletes, especially if they're retired and they were retired by way of an injury. Girl, run. The male baby of a family, mama's boy, white man.
Who is that?
Not many. Not many,
well,
but that's who you got to stay away from. You got to, or proceed with caution, because those men are going to be a piece of work. Oh, actors as well. Actors, not all directors, because there's, with them directors, you will get a Ryan Coogler. So, you got to sift through the mess. Actors, who else? Musicians, especially church musicians.
My God, today, who is left?
You can find them. But
you have been through all of them?
Maybe. Maybe. But I told y'all that Chef was going to play. Politicians, yes. I told y'all that pastors. I forgot about pastors. Anybody who is like a pastor, deacon,
not my pastor.
PK.
Not my pastor. He is not sleeping with
Mom. No,
he's not.
No, thank you.
You want to say pastor?
But we're not bringing up your pastor and all that. No. Girl, this is the thing. And y'all say, "Oh, Mama Star, let Mama Star go." No, she has to. I have to rein her in. I took my mom to an influencer event yesterday. I had to constantly go, "Mom, please don't say that." Mom, no. Mom,
you didn't.
Mom. Wait, what happened when you tried the cake? Exactly. Listen, if Mom, exactly. That is why. I'm sorry. But you're like, let Mama Star go. Let her say her piece. No, guys. No, I can't. I can't.
If I hold my peace.
Let the Lord fight your battles. I said what I had to say about Jack. Jack came on the show to play, and he is going to play. We saw how Jack said the same thing to Faye and Sierra, which was such a foolish player move, because it's just like, women talk, even if they're in competition. Women talk. So I don't know how he didn't know that the game that he was playing was going to get back to them eventually, but off bat, he's telling the girls the same thing, telling Faye and Sierra that he loves them, and I'm sure they're probably not the only ones that he said this to. Jack is on here to play. You're high on my list or whatever. Boy, bye. He said that to every girl in the pods. Sorry, Faye. To Jack, you're not special. Sorry, sis. Sorry, sis. Kiera. I thought it was Sierra. Oh, before we get into Sierra or Kiara, before we get into her, I just want to say this. My type of girl. Zelania, I knew she was not getting picked. And that is not a bad thing. Being a preference of men, it's the death sentence. So it's nothing to it's nothing to be proud of. Okay. I knew she wasn't getting picked because she was not playing. She had her notebook open. And if you was in there playing like Jack, you're off the list. Jack was trying to play with her, and she was just like, "No, I don't think we're compatible." And Jack was like, "Oh, can I give you a hug?" She's like, "No, it's okay, Jack. Thank you. Next." Like, she was not playing. And this is how you have to date as a woman. She knew what she wanted. She came in there. She did not let the men play with her. And she didn't get picked on this show. Thank God. We're going to watch these women go through hell. But these are the ones that don't get picked by them busters. This is how you have to date. She was not playing in them pods. Going up. Thank you. Next. No, it's okay. No, we don't have to do that. It's cool. Yeah. She was on a mission. She said, "I'm coming here to find my husband. If I don't find my husband, I don't find my husband. It is what it is. But I'm not going to let them men play with me." And she didn't. And she made a huge impression. Really, really love her. Hope we can see her in other Netflix shows.
We will.
Because, she was good TV. Also, Sammy, remember yesterday when we were going through the Instagrams and she put up a post talking about respect her journey and all this stuff, and I'm like, we didn't even see you. There was no footage of her. So I'm like, what are you talking about respecting your journey? Unless she's
cut
gonna
her out, probably.
Maybe she didn't know she was cut. Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah, they cut her out.
Maybe she's finding out like the rest of us. Poor thing. This is why, guys, I don't tell nobody about any job that I have worked until it airs. Because there was a huge project that I did. It's not making it to air. You cannot. I would not have said anything. Even if people were just like, "Oh my God, you were on," I wouldn't have said nothing. I would not have logged back into my Instagram until the reunion aired. Because you just never know. You never know. She's probably watching with us. So she probably thought that she was going to be the star of this show, and all of her stuff was cut. Because we did not even, I don't remember seeing Sammy anywhere.
And she probably had told all the people.
And she put up a post, people are different. It's okay. Respect the journey. We're all human beings. Girl, we ain't see you. Oh, that's so embarrassing. Netflix, nasty. You need to let people know before they start promoting the freaking show. You need to be like, just so you know, before you have a watch party, you're not in the show. Oh, nasty work. Yeah. Nasty work. But back to her. Date like this young lady. And you will get what is for you. All right, moving on. Back to the people who were actually picked and put on the show. Sorry, Sammy. Kiara. Why is this? I'm sorry. Black American. I see Sierra, but this is Kiara. Kiara has a connection with AJ. She also has a connection with Jack. Here's the thing for this young lady, I don't think either of those men are right for her. I liked AJ initially, but as soon as he said that Kiara, as soon as Jack said that, because Kiara was Jack's number one. He was in a love triangle between Kiara, Faye, and himself. Um, and in the beginning, Kiara was his number one. Kiara is also currently at this time that I'm reviewing, dating AJ, right? AJ really, really liked her, right? AJ was really, really sweet. Here's the thing. As soon as AJ saw some competition, it got nasty for him. Because when he found out that Sierra was Jack's number one, he immediately got intimidated. And instead of stepping it up, he goes to Kiara. He gets upset with Kiara. He's just like, I don't know how, she could be, this guy could be somebody that she's considering when she's with me. So now instead of being like, you know what, well, that's my girl, let me go get her. He's now judging her and how she picks and who she's attracted to, making the fact that another guy likes her that he's now in competition with, making it her problem. I did not like that because I felt like his insecurities yes, I felt like his insecurities with competing with Jack. Maybe, if Jack was brown or black, he probably wouldn't have felt that way. But, since it's an attractive white guy, he's feeling some sort of way. And instead of stepping it up, he starts to judge her, judge who she's attracted to or who she likes without even knowing the full scope of things. And I was like, red flag for me. You get insecure because of another man and now you're mad at the girl that you were pursuing. Nah, weirdo behavior for me. So I was just like, yeah, I'm not seeing it for either of those guys for this young lady.
But why do they just run? I mean, why do they stay in there emotionally? Just don't get on. They're not for you.
Well, Mom, this is a really popular show. Like, even if it doesn't seem like you're going to find your match here, your life is going to be changed being on this show. It's not life changing like Love Island, but it's life changing for some. Let's get to Shavani. Where's she at? Where's Shavani? I thought I had her first. Gorgeous girl. I am going to not go by the trailer that we saw at the end of episode 4 because I feel like it's trying to make Shavani a villain. And right now, I'm not seeing it. And, these shows, kid, they like to mislead you and make you think that something is happening or something looks a certain way when it's really, really not that. So I'm going to just hold my peace on how she looked in that trailer after episode 4. I ain't liking Shavani, but I'm going to wait till I watch it before I judge. I'm going to just talk about where we were at with episode 1 through 4. So episode 1, soon as I saw Shavani praying, I said, Joseph gonna put her through it. I knew it. As soon as I saw her leading out the prayer, I said, here we go. I knew her and Joseph were going to connect in Christianity. And that, listen, nothing wrong with, having your religious beliefs. I just feel like there are a lot of Black people who are in religious psychosis thanks to colonization. And for a lot of my people, they make these religious decisions based on a belief system that was taught to them by their oppressor. Y'all don't even know if y'all learning the truth. Y'all just learning what y'all master wanted you to know. So when my people start leading with faith, get a little cautious. And I was absolutely right to be, because everybody involved in this triangle, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Let's get into it. I hate when the church take a good baddie down. My God, today. As soon as I saw her praying, I was just like, yes, Joseph is going to take you through there. And he did. Now, since we're talking about Joseph, I am you love me because I'm honest. I'm going to be real honest about Joseph. Listen, it's a baddie. I ain't even going to hold you. He looked better in motion. So I'm not judging Francesca or Chevanique with how they act, right? Even the voice was a little, okay. So I understand, right? And as a straight, especially as a straight woman, the attraction that you have with men, it messes with your mind. So I'm not judging these sisters. It's a difficult process to operate like how we have to. So I get it, right? It's a baddie. I said, I understand. Woo! Better emotion. My God, today. Anyway, so, I'm not going to judge them for how they act in episode 5 to the end. Because they play with the mind. I said, they're going to have, it's going to be a journey for them. It's going to be a journey, but that's okay. They're going to come out of this better. They are going to come out of this better. I will say, I felt like he got, wait, am I speaking British? He got his own better with Chevanique than he did Francesca, but we're going to get into why I feel like he picked who he picked. Anyway, I was not shocked at all that the church boy is a little freak. Yeah. I was not shocked. Caribbean girls are my weakness. Ooh, them demons is in the church. That's where they love to be. That's what, and Chevanique just ate that up. The Caribbean girls are like, girl, stay focused. Stay focused. Ate that up as soon as he said that. But you could tell that even without seeing him, right? You could tell that he is just a charmer. He's a really like jolly guy, which was interesting because first impressions, I didn't get jolly from him. So I'm just like, oh my God, he looks like that and he's a charmer. Yikes. Which even made my suspicions even greater. You look like that. Come on. Talk to me, Holy Ghost. You look like that. Got this big, beautiful, jolly personality. Yet you want a show to find a wife because you can't find one. Get out of here, Joseph. Get out. Joseph came on this show to play. Get out of here, Joseph. I don't believe it. Ain't no way you couldn't find a woman in the UK. Get out of here, bro. I'm not buying it. Now, will I change my mind after watching the rest of the season? No, because I'm right. No way. He came on the show to play, y'all. I'm going to move on. I will say, when Joseph and Francesca were talking and he was asking her about religion, Francesca, you're lying, sister. And this is how I knew that he was picking her. Francesca's not religious. She don't do all that, right? She does not do what he's going to require for her to do in a relationship. But she liked him. So she lied. As soon as she saw or could sense that he pulled away a bit when they were talking about faith, she all of a sudden, I want to raise my kids in the church. My kids are going to be raised. And I love, girl, and he knew that. Francesca don't go to church every Sunday. And Francesca's Catholic. He okay with it now. Them Christians, they don't do all that. I know Christianity. Your man is Christian. You're going to have to bend the knee. Right? But as soon as he pulled away, when she said that not only was she Catholic, but also she don't do all that religious stuff, As soon as he pulled away, she got right in formation. And all of a sudden, she wants to raise her kids in the church. Francesca, that's probably the first time you said that. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. You knew he was fine. You heard that voice. You knew. You knew. All of a sudden, she changed everything. Everything about Francesca changed when she started talking to Joseph. And Joseph knew that. I'm not saying that he knew that she was a totally different person than with other guys that she was with her, that she was with him. But he knew that as soon as she changed her existence in that one conversation about religion, he knew he had her. Men are not smart, right? They're just consistent in demonism. That's the thing. And so they don't go off of intelligence, they go off of patterns. And if they see, and so they recognize patterns, right? They recognize patterns and they go off of those patterns. Joseph recognized a pattern in his conversations with Francesca. And that's why Francesca got chose. Well, there's more to talk about. We let's get through it. Let's get through it. We also meet Sophie in this episode. Where's Sophie? Playing. Sophie is playing. But I'm interested in watching her journey. UK people, this accent, where's she from? I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not expect the accent. I was like, oh, where is Sophie from? That was interesting. I was like, ooh, okay. I did not expect that accent. I was not shocked that her and Taylor hit it off. That couple makes sense. Let's move on to episode 2. Oh, where is she? The diamond of the season. Soon as she came on to my TV screen, warmed my heart. Me and my mom immediately gravitated to her. She is just a good soul. She really, really is. This is the diamond of the season. Netflix, don't put her through it. Anyway, she's just such a captivating person all around. She's so kind. I think it would be very smart for Netflix to invest in her. She's good stock. She is really good stock. She connects with Jordan. I was like, oh, okay. Cute. They cute. She connects with Jordan, and I like them together. I liked what I saw with this couple. You all right, Mama Star? Lord, did you use too much pepper?
No, I'm sweet.
Girl, well, no, you did use too much pepper because I can taste it in my eyes.
I didn't use no pepper.
Anyway, while in her confessionals, in her pod meetings with Jordan, he explains why relationships haven't worked out for him because he was in the military and he just didn't have time to commit. But now that he's out, he wants to fully commit and invest in a relationship because now he has the time. Just listening to him talk about being in the military as an American is just so crazy to me because military men get married immediately. They will be actual teenagers and they will get married and start having children. Here's why. Our military men are trained. You're going to die out there. You're not coming home. And if you do come home, you won't be well. So it is just so interesting watching this man talk about his experience with the military because he intended to come home. It's so like, it was just like, I was listening to him. I'm like, oh, you knew you had time to like get your life together. Like, it's so crazy because our men and women in service are just not trained like that. It's like, oh, you're going to die. Or if you come back, you're going to be a little wonky. So do everything that you can do now before you ship off. Just interesting to see how that was not like the same experience of just, how another how another country does their military. But still anti-war. War. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Anyway, they immediately, these two immediately go deeper. And I think that the reason why they went deep so early on is because of Yasmin. She's just warm and inviting. You feel safe with her immediately. Let's go back to Kiara. I I immediately in episode 2 started checking out of her relationship with AJ, because I felt like with AJ, it didn't become about his relationship with Kiara. It became about him being chosen over Jack. And, like, it's still, even when I left off on episode 4, it still just felt like their relationship, Jack is going to be the center. And Jack ain't worried about them. So it's just, I'm not liking where this is going. And I feel like for AJ, once he wins, he's not going to be interested anymore. I don't know. I could be wrong. I didn't finish. But I just don't like how he's making her, Kiara, feel about still having a connection with Jack, because even in the pods when he talked to her, he was talking to her about Jack, right? This could have been a time for him to up his game. This could have been a time for him to reassure her that, she's the one that he wants. Keep in mind, to talk about episode 2, it wasn't. It was like kind of a dig, like, oh, you're pursuing me and Jack. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how could you even like him? It's a dig at her. It's a dig at her. And men on the show do it all the time. Men on the show do not like competing. They like to have the women compete for them. That's the only time when they like being in a love triangle. When a love triangle is between them and another guy and a woman that they want, oh, they got a problem with it. But when it's 2 women fighting over them, they eat it up and they drag it on until the very last moment. Hello, Joseph, because that's exactly what he did. So I'm starting to see why. Child. So I'm starting to see some stuff in AJ, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't see this working. I don't see this working. Speaking of Joseph, not Joseph of Nazareth being okay with premarital sex. I told you about them Christians. They pick and choose. They pick and choose. Because Chevanique was like, since we both saved, she was like, since we both saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost, filled, and fire, baptized, I got Jesus on my side and I'm running for my life. Since we're both in the faith, how do you feel about premarital sex? Are you okay to wait for marriage? And Joseph was just like, no, I want to get in there. He was just like, I want to get in there. I need to see how you work so you can see how I work, because I'm a pleaser. Chevanique said, pleaser. Playing. Everybody on the show is playing. I said, now wait a minute.
I feel like he may still try to.
The night is still young.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, now wait a minute. You picking women based off of faith. But I know your faith is real chaste. So what you talking about? You okay with premarital sex? Get out of here, Joseph. Get out of here. He is playing. Oh, no, I need to see what it's like. Excuse me, man of God. Excuse me, man of God. They pick and choose. They pick and choose. And normally what they choose to believe in is what is going to restrain somebody else. They pick the Christianity for them, where it's freeing and they can do whatever they want and they'll be all forgiving. But the Christianity that they judge other people is real strict over there. My God, today. I said, not shocked though. I was not shocked at his response. Told you about them church boys. They're a danger globally. So back to Kiara and let me bring up AJ. So AJ, after his last conversation with Kiara on episode 2, successfully dethroned Jack, right? Because now, after he made Kiara feel away by entertaining him and Jack, which is the process, which is what you're supposed to do, right? So because ain't nobody else checking for him, nobody else should be checking for Kiara, right? So he got a problem with that. Got in her head, made her feel like something was wrong with her for liking Jack. Listen, Jack is a problem. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what he did. That was manipulative, right? So now he done got in her head. So now when Kiara sit down with Jack, now she's, hello, Jack. Now she got a problem because he has successfully gotten into this girl's head. Keep in mind, Jack is not a good guy. So I'm glad for her. I'm glad that it didn't work out, but we still got to call AJ. What he did was slick and manipulative, and it was clocked. Now when she meets with Jack, she's annoyed. Before she was laughing and having a good old bubbly time. After she talks to AJ, now she sits down with Jack and she's just, Jack, listen to me. And Jack is, he's the chef. He's telling her the stuff that he'll make for her. Oh, Jack, I don't like cheese. You don't listen. Stuff that didn't bother her before is now bothering her because AJ got into her head. Women, gotta watch them. You got to watch them. So now AJ and Jack, now Kiara and Jack are done because even Jack, after he left his pod confessional with Kiara, he was just like, something was real weird. Something was up with that energy. I didn't like it because remember, at this time, Kiara was Jack's number one. AJ said, absolutely not. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. Here's the thing, and this I think is every woman's fear of having a straight son. Him being a doofus for women. I did not think that was cute when Taylor gave Sophie, some stranger he met on some reality TV show, his mother's necklace. I was like, do the siblings know that he did that? Like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And even I think when even Sophie opened the box, she was just like, oh, because this was a lot. That was really a lot. But this is, I keep on telling y'all, they're not smart. They recognize patterns. That's the only thing. They are consistent pattern recognized. That's the only thing they got on us. Because we don't recognize no patterns until it's too late. That's the only thing they got on us. But when he gave her that chain, I said, I know his sister was watching that like, now wait a damn minute. I know his siblings don't know that he did that. He probably never thought about that mama chain before. Let me stop. I just thought that was just not a smart thing to do. It's something very sentimental to you, and you're giving it to a stranger. Like, yes, at the end of this process, you're supposed to get married or whatever. I could understand if maybe he gives it to her on their wedding day, right?
I don't either, because that's no guarantee. They just met.
Okay, Mom. Mama Star said, don't ever give it. But it was just like, I was like, that's mad impulsive and irresponsible. You should be looking at that as somebody who's going to be his wife. He don't make good decisions. Okay. He don't make good decisions. And then Sophie, their next meeting, she gives him her mother's necklace. And let me tell you something. She said this is a friendship necklace her mother have. Sophie is on this show playing. I don't believe for 1 second that Sophie had her mom's best friend necklace hanging around to give to Taylor. Sophie is playing. Sophie, like Jack, is on this show playing. So Mom, I'm about to talk about it. So Yasmin, I'm already about to cry. Jasmine. So she's in her pod confessional with Jordan, and she's just like, she's having like a really difficult time. And I'm like, well, what is about to happen? And she's like, well, I think you should know this about me. And Jordan's just like, what? And she's just like, well, I have a condition. And she starts crying. She's like, have it lager. And I just never thought that I was pretty or worthy. And she just starts breaking down, crying. Well, baby, even just talking about it, chills. She got me. I'm telling you, she's the diamond of the season. She got me. I look over, I'm crying. I look over, Mama start crying.
Yes.
She got me. And then and what I loved about it is that he listened to her and then he just reaffirmed her. And then when he left the confessional, he, the guy's debrief or whatever, he was talking to Joseph, and Joseph was just like, she told me something really, personal. I'm not going to share it, but I just thought
and that's where he got me.
That's where he got me, because he said, she told me something really personal. I'm not going to share it, but that brought us closer together. And I'm telling you, like when I go into watching Love Is Blind, I'm only rooting for the women. Jordan got me. And listen, he might disappoint me, but I just really like how he reaffirmed her, how he affirms her and protects her. And I was just like, oh my God, I think I'm about to get behind a couple. And I don't feel like I should, because these men come on this show to play. But so far, so good. So far, so good. So here we have Jack now doing a whole 180 because him and Kiara's date did not go the way that he had expected. Like, Jack was ready to propose to her. That date did not go that way. Now all of a sudden, Jack is in love with Faye. Now Jack can't stop talking about Faye. Now Faye is everything he ever dreamed and desired. You were about to leave her. But because Kiara is acting a little funny, acting a little weird, now he is all in to Faye. He can't stop talking about her. He can't get enough of her. Boy, Jack is just there to play. So Sophie and Joseph, Sophie and Taylor, they get engaged, felt nothing. And then they meet for the first time. Here's the thing. When Taylor saw Sophie, he don't care about nothing else. He loves that she was attractive. And that let me know he gonna make this relationship work. If it does not work, I feel like the reason it doesn't work is because Sophie stepped out of it, did not marry him, because when he saw her, he was gone. And even when they met each other, he just spun her around. He looked at her and they sat down and he was just like, oh, you're my type. And Sophie was just like, oh, okay. My girl is here to play. She's like, okay. She did not repeat that back. I would not be surprised if her and Jack link up. I would not be surprised. So back to Kiara and Jack. So they finally meet. And this is like after they had like that little icy meeting. They finally meet, and Kiara has decided after, AJ got in her mind and made her feel bad for being attracted to Jack. She has now come into the meeting with Jack, ready to break up and dump him and focus on AJ. Jack, sensing that she's about to do that, he's like, oh, well, we're not compatible. He would not let her say anything. She was just like, well, I just have something to say, Jack. And he's like, oh, yeah, we're not compatible. I'm into Faye. I'm into Fran. No, he said, I'm into Fran. She was just like, Fran? Her name is Faye, Jack. You're not serious, Jack. Because that's the thing. Jack knew that he sensed that she was trying to break up with him. So he tried to break up with her first and put his foot in his mouth by calling a woman that he was that he want over her so badly the wrong name. That boy is going to put on the show. He is going to put on a show, and that is why they hired him. The casting, new. that he was going to come on this show and play. They knew he was not serious. I would not be shocked if casting actually pursued Jack. I don't think Jack signed up for this show. I think they went after him. I think they hopped in his DMs on Instagram and was just like, would you like to come on this show? Jack was not looking for no wife. Jack is looking for a way to get to Malibu. And he said, why not? Why not do it by way of Netflix? Because it's easier to get a work visa than it is to immigrate to America. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Because you know who else did it? Who is that weirdo biracial from Are You the One? Who was dating Huda? I think Jack is going to try to do the same thing that he did. Go on Perfect Match. To start working on different reality TV shows here in LA and keep on getting his work visa extended until he can finally stay here permanently. But anyway, so when Jack sensed that she was breaking up with him, he tried to get ahead of her to end it, but put his foot in his mouth by calling Frey Fran. And so because their breakup is like a little rough, and just not like in a good way. They both left on a terrible note. Jack felt sour because he got dumped. Kiara felt sour because she didn't like how he was trying to play her. So she comes back into the woman's side, and she looks like a lot has happened. So they're all hanging out, and they're just like, oh my God, what happened? And she's like, I don't want to say anything because Faye was right there. Faye was like, no, say it. And she was just like, well, you know, he was trying to act like or saying that I wasn't the one for him, but he was calling me his number one the entire time, which is true. And so she was just like, he just was like, really just not good about the fact that I just wanted to move on with something else. So because Kiara said that, now Faye is in her head like, wait a minute. He never told me that he had a number one. So is he telling me and her the same thing? And then Kiara let her know that he told her that he was going to write something for her. He eventually ended up not doing it because they broke it off. And Faye was just like, oh, he told me the same thing. And, you know, Kiara sat down with Faye and she was just like, listen, you know, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but he's not a good guy. Here's the thing. I think she should have said that and left it alone. Because Faye is going to just have to find out for herself. Women have to learn you cannot protect a friend or another woman from a bad guy. Because of how women are raised and conditioned to feel about men, not a lot of women are living outside the matrix that is patriarchy. So no matter what you say to her, no matter how much you try to save her, you are going to end up looking like the bad guy. And that's exactly what's happening with Kiara. Because here's the thing. She's right about Jack. She just does not realize she's going to look like the bad guy. You're going to look bitter and jealous, right? You're going to look like you are not trying to help, but let you really want Jack. I don't think she wants Jack. I think she saw him for who he is. The thing about it is she got to let it go. She got to let it go. And she has not let go of the fact that, one, he was playing her. And two, she feel like he got the last laugh. So now her and Jack are going to be doing this tit for tat for the rest of the season. And she's just not, it's not going to look good on her. Because you did have a connection with this guy. And yes, you didn't like him and you wanted to break it off and you saw who he was, but you have not let it go. So you're going to look obsessed. You're going to look like you still want to be with this guy. So I wish she would just let it go, but she's not. Now her and Jack are going to be doing a tit for tat for the rest of the season. And it's going to look like you want to get that guy back. Although I don't think that. I think she's just pissed that this Buster play her. It's just not going to go well for her. It's just not going to look good for her. Now, she might have her vindication at the reunion, but I just wish she would have let the mouse go. And because I don't think she is, she's going to look real foolish this season. So let's move on to episode 3. In episode 3, Jordan opens up in the beginning of the episode. Jordan opens up to Yasmin about his time in the military and how, you know, he was on the battlefield and bombs are going off and he felt like a kid and he was scared and he starts to break down crying. And listen, I'm glad that these two are having these conversations and getting really close and opening up to each other. Maybe we didn't see it in the pods, but I hope they absolutely had a conversation about PTSD, because that's a really important conversation. And that's something that Yasmin needs to know before she fully goes, I believe, before she fully commits to this man. I don't want her to feel happy for being chosen. I want her to choose the right partner for her. And when he opened up to her about that, listen, you're in the military, those things happen. I just wanted her to check and make sure he was getting the proper help for that, because that's trauma. And that's not a trauma she needs to therapize. But I'm glad that those two are opening up and getting closer to each other. You know who threw me for a loop? I did not see this coming. Cuba and Ryan. I said, huh? They have no chemistry. I just, even in their pod conversations, I'm like, how y'all getting here? Like, how are y'all choosing each other? And you know what? I think that Sammy was probably in a love triangle with Cuba and Ryan. That's probably why she put that post up, because she thought that we were going to see her love triangle with Cuba and Ryan. I think she was the other pick. I don't think that Ryan only had a connection with Cuba. I think he probably had something with Sammy. But when Ryan and Cuba were having their pod conversations, I'm like, how are you two connecting? Like, what is going on? And then we finally get to the conversation that makes sense. Because to me, there's no chemistry with this couple. They don't have anything in common but traveling and spirituality. And I don't feel like that's enough. But I'm just like, there has to be something else working for this couple to make them even get to the point where they want to continue to talk to each other in the pods. And I realized when they continue to have their conversations, oh, they're both idiots. Dumb as a box of rocks. The both of them. Dumb as a box of rocks. Because they're having this conversation. As soon as they get, it was always them weird spiritual people. As soon as they start off with the spirituality, just start proceeding with caution. Because you know they're going to take 2 steps to cuckoo town. So they're having this conversation where they're talking about how they're exploring the spirituality, and it's always like it's always like something with Bali. Every time people go to Bali, something happened to them. And it's just, and I pray for the Balian people, because my God, today, the amount of nut jobs they get there, I'm so sorry for y'all. But they both were on these spiritual journeys when they were traveling. Why can't you just go visit, eat the food, bang somebody fine from that nation, and move on? Why are y'all always finding spirituality? Because if you really find spirituality in that place, you need to stay in that place and nurture it. Y'all take the bits of the spirituality that seems cool and trendy and then leave. And all of a sudden, it's your belief system. But you don't got no roots in it. You don't got no foundation in it, because when you found the spirituality, you left the place. Oh, I traveled with 2 monks for like a week. We stayed in hostels. And now I'm kind of monkanese. What are we talking about? So it's 2 nut jobs joining together. Because they had the conversation about spirituality, and I knew it was coming. Ryan goes, oh, yeah, I'm not going to put my kids in school, because I can teach my kids better than what the schools are teaching my kids. And Kim was like, oh, yes, same thing. Like, I know better than what my kids want. So I'm like, here we go. Hello, nature boy. Here we go. So these 2 people, if they make it, are going to go to some tropical nation illegally stay there, pass their visas, get a little farm, start having all these damn anchor babies, not sending them to school, but they know better. Because my baby, he eats non-GMO tomatoes. He's just as dumb as his mama. I was just like, oh my God. It's all like, this is such a predictable pipeline, right? Because you start off with the crunchy granola spiritual people, and somehow you end up in a white supremacist trad wife timeline. Like that's how it starts. Maha, real maha, right? Real crunchy granola, and oh, we just eat from the earth. Then they start talking about not vaccinating the kids. Yeah. Even though they're fully vaccinated, because the flu shot gives autism, they're gonna start having those conversations. And they found each other. They found each other. Here we go. That was the bond with these two. Stupidity. That was the bond. That is what linked them together. The literacy crisis that is global. Because I can teach my kids better. What's your education? What's your educational background, Ryan? What's your educational background, Cuba? What is it? Where have you studied? Because you gonna get a farm with your non-GMO tomatoes and carrots. What agricultural degree do you have? Where have you studied? This shouldn't be my timeline. This should not be the timeline that I'm in. This should not be my timeline. I knew it. I hate the judge, but I'm telling you, when you get around them spiritual, crunchy granola people, you just gotta wait. You gotta wait. You listen long enough, you're gonna find some stupidity. You gonna find some core stupidity, and they gonna start talking real foolish and believing all of that stuff. Marshmallows, it stops your period. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Ooh, if these two make it, they are going to raise the most insufferable multiracials who are the dumbest people on the planet. My God, today. Where's Cuba's family? Y'all have got to get her. Y'all have got to get her. I would have never seen this, but I should have known. I didn't want to judge. Because I saw the little spirituality stuff. Because that's another thing. When they say spirituality, it's because they're not defining nothing. It means I'm picking and choosing what I think is cool from every religion or every belief system. So I'm just spiritual. I don't believe in God. I have a healer. She lives in WeHo. You get cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So that is why, you know what? Let me not just drag Cuba. And not shocked that this is the belief system of the scammer. That's what linked them together. Stupidity. Yeah. Watch them, especially Ryan. Cuba can be saved. Ryan, not so much. Watch his trajectory. They always start real crunchy granola, real spiritual. I believe in this. I also believe in this. I read the Quran from time to time. Huh? They all over the place. Ask them about vaccinations. Ask them about their political beliefs. There you go. There you go. All for the Maha people. Here's the thing. We already talked about this a bit, but also in this episode, Kiara sits down with Faye again and talks about Jack. And here's the thing. The only reason why Kiara felt comfortable to really lay down the foundation that Jack is a horrible person to Faye is because she was cool with AJ. And that's my thing. I'm like, Kiara, now, are you feeling this confident telling Faye that Jack is not the one because you know you leaving out of here with a fiance? Because she got real confident in telling Faye that Jack is a terrible person after AJ assured her that he wasn't talking to nobody else and she was the one. It's not looking good for you, mama. Mind your business. Anyway, speaking of Faye, she goes into her confessional with Jack. She has been talking to Kiara and she is just, pulling away a bit. And I feel like Jack could sense that she was pulling away. And he reassured her, right, that she was somebody that he really, really wanted to be with. And I felt bad for her because I just feel like Jack just wants to finish the show. Jack wants to be, a celebrity chef. You know what I mean? Like Jack is using this platform, no shade, how I feel like reality TV stars should. I just feel when it's like a dating show, unless you and the person are in cahoots, you're just going to look like a bad person for playing somebody. And Jack doesn't seem serious to me. I don't think that Jack really wants a wife. I think that Jack is not done playing. I think that Jack has Hollywood entertainment aspirations and is using the show to do it. And it's not going to go well for him because he is doing it by way of this woman's emotions and making her believe that he wants to be something that I do not believe that he wants to be. He's not convincing enough to me, but she's so down bad for a man and is approaching 30. I'm telling you, that's the best time for a master manipulator to get a wife. When that woman is approaching 30, you got until 32. You got until 32 to trap that woman. When she hit 33, she's out of here. She's out of here. And don't let her make it to 40. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. So he has her at the right age to trap and manipulate. And that's why it's just not going to be a good look for him. Because I see exactly what he's doing. But you're doing it on a show where you got to convince a woman that you want to marry her. And it is very obvious that you don't want that. Yikes. Well, Faye, you're a cutie. I don't think you're going to be a reality TV show girl, but I think there's a man watching this that will do you right. I hope he finds you, sister. I hope he finds you, sister. Speaking of master manipulators, let's get to Joseph. So Joseph sits down with, is that all I want to say about Jack and Faye? Hold on. Before I move on. Is that all I want to say about Jack and Faye? I'm going to end with Joseph and Chevanique because this was a lot. I'm going to move on to other couples. Let me wrap them up in this episode, and then we'll end on this episode with Joseph and Chevanique. Let's get with her. We're done with Jack for now. Now that she is fully locked in with AJ, what I tell y'all, she's fully locked into AJ. She don't like Jack. She done burnt that bridge. She's done with it. She wants to be with AJ. She has made it up in her mind that she is walking out of here a fiance with AJ. AJ realizes that he got her fully locked in What does he do? Want to have a conversation about finances. In that conversation about finances, he says, well, I don't have the banking job anymore. And I don't make the money that I used to make. And she's like, oh, I like being taken care of. I like being pampered. I like the finer things in life. And he's just like, well, I don't have those things. And, some things are going to be tight for a few years. How do you feel about that? And because she's fully locked in, Kiara lying to herself, oh, I'm fine. And that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't matter. It matters, girl. It matters. It matters. You do not realize that you are saying to yourself that you are going to decrease your quality of life to appease this man. And if you go through this relationship, which I don't think she is, but if you do, I'm just using it as an example. If you do that, you're going to end up marrying this man, and all the resentment that you have for him because he broke, you're not going to release it on him. Why? Because of the patriarchy. Who's going to get that resentment? Them children, especially that eldest daughter. You don't want that quality of life. You have crafted a quality of life for yourself that you are comfortable in, and you want to live that way. But because you like this guy, you're going to lie to yourself and him and say that you're okay decreasing your quality of life just to be with him. You don't mean that. You don't mean that. You're going to be miserable in that relationship. Ladies, you got to think about that. Like, money matters. Shout out to capitalism. Especially now with women who are able to earn now, making your own coin, or however you acquire that money, not my business, but you've created a life for yourself that you really like. And, the ding-a-ling is going to wear off. And you're going to realize you used to, I was going to say a restaurant, but I don't think y'all know that restaurant. I don't think y'all have that out there. But you used to eat at Nobu, right? And now you're eating a couple noodles in your studio apartment with this man that you love so much. The ding-a-ling is going to wear off, and that reality is going to set in, and you're going to be miserable. And instead of getting out of it, you're going to resent him, stay in that relationship. Why? Because I put so much time into him. And I ain't going to let another woman have what I worked on. Girl. Kiara lying. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's okay. I understand. I know you're building. He said a couple years. He said a couple years. You want to spend the rest of your life shopping at Tesco? No shade. No shade to Tesco, but it was not for me. It was not for me. I said, oh, what is this? Let me clench my purse. It was not for me. It was not for me. That's how you want to live your life, mama? Like, you don't, Kiara, but you're lying because he fine or he sound good. Look, child, lying to herself. But I told y'all that boy was broke. And here's the thing. Why, when you quit the banking job, do you decide, and you're living, you said you're not making the money that you used to make. You're making less money. Why in your mind did you decide to think that this is the time to get a wife and a family? You're making less money and you want a wife. You want help. I told y'all he wants help. He wants help. He wants help. A woman is not your, I don't care what the Bible say. A woman is not your helpmeet. She is your life partner. This is for the streets. That's your partner. Somebody, you are building a life together. Everybody's needs are met. You're not meeting her needs if you can't fund the lifestyle that she can fund for herself. You are not a help. You are a detriment, AJ. But that's up to Kiara to figure that out. That's up to Kiara to figure that out. Oh my God, to the Bible thumpers. I know I said I don't care what the Bible say. I'm just talking about there's different interpretations. Y'all know what I mean. Like, don't be like, oh my God, Nikki. The Bible is the word of God, written by white men. I'm giving you on a plantation. We're not gonna have that conversation. But anyway, I knew he was broke. I knew he was broke. And here's the thing: he did something else, and I say, yeah, I'm not. I see AJ. I see. I don't care how this show is going to portray him. I see him because after he had that finance conversation, because he knew that he begged a rich baddie, he knew because Kiara leads with that. She leads with, I like the finer things, and I got the finer things, and that's how I want to live my life. He knew that, right? So as he told her that he's broke, he then wants to have the conversation about his friend who died. That was a tough story. And I believed his tears, and I felt bad for AJ. It felt manipulative. It felt manipulative, AJ. Because to me, it looked as if you don't want to leave any space for her to think about the fact that you just told her that you broke. I don't want to give you no time to think about that, so I'm going to dump this trauma on you so we can cry together. And a lot of men on this show have done that. The minute they're not looking good to a woman, they trauma dump. And they know because a woman's natural response to mother gets them off focus every time. It's like, oh, that's why you're always getting kidnapped. Oh my God, somebody needs help. Girl, mind your business and run. And I just felt like to have that conversation right after, it felt a little manipulative to me, AJ. Just a bit. Now let's get to something that warmed my heart. I hope they don't embarrass me. I've only cried during 3 proposals. Lauren and Cameron, Brett and Tiffany, and this proposal with Jordan got me. It got me good. It got me good. When he got down on that knee and said, I want to be your first and last relationship, worked on me. Jordan, you better play your cards right. And again, I haven't watched ahead, so I don't know. Jordan could be in a Hall of Fame. Do not pull a KC. Because you could end up in the Hall of Fame if you do this right. If you play with this girl, you better leave the planet. You better leave the planet. That proposal was so beautiful. I cried. My mama cried. Yasmin cried. It was just, I'm locked in. Am I going to be disappointed? Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Do not tell me. Jordan is winning me over. I got that. Do I have anything else to say about Jordan and Yasmin? No, I just really love their proposal. They meet. So Jordan and Yasmin. Oh, let me bring up Jordan. Where is it? So Jordan and Yasmin meet. And again, they got me. He was so excited to see her. She was so excited to see him. She runs into his arms. He picks her up, spins her around, starts crying, gets down on one knee and proposes to her again. Jordan, you could end up in a Hall of Fame of reality TV show men if you play your cards right. If you end up being a buster, my God, today, the wealth that will leave your hands, my God, today, that was beautiful. This was the only couple who met on this show that I was like, oh, on this season, that I was like, oh, I believe this. Like, I was locked in. And y'all know how I feel about these reality TV shows. I always think that everybody's faking. But I was locked in for this. These two got me. And this is what you want, right? You want a couple that even somebody like me who knows about reality TV, even I will go along with this song and dance and be engulfed like I don't know what's happening behind the scenes. They did a good job. They did a good job. This is a good reality TV show couple. You know what? Even though I dragged him, I will say this about Ryan. When he spoke about with Cuba, when he spoke about his father taking his life and how he walks with that trauma, because when his brother came to visit him, he was like waking up and checking on his brother just to make sure that he was alive. That explained to me why he was nuttier than a fruitcake. Because trauma changes you. Trauma and loss, it changes you. You are not the same person that you are. It changes you in ways that you would never imagine. So that gave me a little bit more insight into why he is the way he is. It doesn't give an excuse for the poor choices that he will make in homeschooling his children, and probably not vaccinating them. I just feel like I know where this is going. But I will say that gave me some insight, and I was just like, oh, okay. Now I see. Now I see why we are where we're at with you. Unfortunate, sad. Um, wouldn't wish that on anybody. I can't understand any kind of trauma like that. But not but. Sorry, Ryan. Don't homeschool your kids, please. Is that it before I get into Shavanique and Joseph and Francesca? Oh, Kiara and AJ. Kiara and AJ get engaged, not moved. I think this is foolish. Foolish. I don't think these two are it. This is the match made in hell. I don't think it's going to work. I think AJ is going to become uninterested when he realizes the responsibilities that he's going to have in keeping Sierra happy. Because I think what he liked more was the competition and the fact that, I'm just being honest here, he beat out a white guy. And I think now that he got the girl that he wanted, I think the thrill is gone. And when he realizes that Sierra, although she says she's okay with him being broke, that she's actually very high maintenance. Nothing wrong with that. I am. Women are high maintenance. We're very expensive. It's a lot to keep up. It is what it is. If you want to come over here and play, you better be able to pay for it. Nothing wrong with that. But I think once he realizes that, he's going to become uninterested. And once she realizes how broke she is, she's going to become uninterested. This is not a smart decision, but we will see. We will see. I will say, when she met him, I got it. As a height hoe myself, when she asked him how tall he was, and he said 6'6", and she was like, same, sister. Same. I got it. Now listen, they're gonna have some fun. But these two, I don't think they're going to get married, because they shouldn't. They shouldn't. They should not do this. Now, let's get into Joseph. So this season, Joseph really revealed this episode. Joseph really revealed himself. In this episode, we see Joseph sit down with Shavanique, and he lets her know. Because here's the thing. Joseph not ready to be nobody's husband. He's not. Joseph is going to use the show as an opportunity to play. Mom, can you do me a favor? Yeah. Can you close this door? It's getting loud outside. This one right here. Thank you. Joseph is playing, right? He's going to use the show for popularity and for attention, because Joseph likes that attention. And he also likes the fact, he also likes to have two women fighting over him. Yeah. He's telling Shavanique one thing. He's telling Francesca one thing, because he likes the competition. And he told Shavanique that he got somewhere emotionally with Francesca that he didn't get with her. He told her that because he wanted Chevanique to step it up, to step up the competition, because he likes being in the middle of that. He already got Francesca to a point where she's going to compete for him, compete for him, because he let her know that, oh, they're in a good emotional place, but he wants her to step it up sexually, bring up the flirtation, right? And so the next time Francesca meets with him, she's like, "Hey, boo, hey, oh, let's talk about this favorite position." Like she's already transformed herself. He asked her, he not asked her, suggested that she apply changes, let her know that somebody else was doing something better. She changed for him, doing the same thing for Chevanique. As soon as he tells Chevanique that, Chevanique starts crying. I hated that for her, because I thought that Chevanique was going to be like, "Boy, bye. Like, I'm not going to compete for you. But, she's a church girl. It plays with your mind. So she fell right in line and started performing for him, and he ate that up. If you watch Joseph, whenever the women are being like insecure or unsure and making an adjustment that appeases him, he eats it up. Chevanique doing all that crying, and he's that grin, he can't hold it in. He eats it up because he likes it. He likes control. And he likes the fact that he can bend and break them in a way that they will perform for him. Joseph Ben made up his mind. He knew who he was taking, who he was leaving this experiment with, or going into the next stage of this experiment with. He dragged it out because he liked being in the middle. He liked to have these women fighting over him. He enjoyed every second. He knew he wasn't picking Chevanique. And the reason why he wasn't picking Chevanique is because Chevanique was going to give that boy some work. Francesca was just easier, because here's the thing. I'm not shading a woman. In my opinion, they were too good for him, right? But what I will say is that he was testing them both out. Francesca got there faster. He saw that Francesca was a lot more easier to mold than Chevanique, because he would mention things that he liked with Chevanique, and Chevanique would go, "Oh, okay," and she wouldn't apply it. Francesca applied it immediately when she's in the pod with him. Immediately would change. The first test was that religion question. And it went from Francesca not being super religious to she's raising her kids in the church. And she loves to pray. Like, it immediately, she started to bend and break for him to appease him. He had to work there to get with Chevanique, and he told her that he was able to get there faster with somebody else because it took her too long to get to where he needed her to be to make a decision. He told the girl flat out what it was. Francesca got there quicker. Francesca bit quicker. And that's how she got Joseph. But the only reason why he told Chevanique that, let me bring up Chevanique, because we're not going to make it all about this man. But the only reason why he told that to Chevanique is because he wanted her to step it up. And she wasn't competing. Oh, hold on. Where is she? Did I delete her? Where is Chevanique's picture? I know we were just talking about her, weren't we? AJ, Sammy, Zelania. There she is. That's the only reason why he told her that. He needed her to step it up. Because I think that Joseph was more attracted to Chevanique. Joseph liked the fact that she's a sexual health nurse. He liked that. He liked the fact that him and Chevanique were in that place sexually. He just wanted control. And Chevanique gave him control too late. Francesca gave it to him immediately. So that meant that he was not going to have to work to get her to fall in line. Chevanique was going to make him work. Even though she fell in line, he didn't like the fact that he had to work. And that's how Francesca got him. Neither one of them got a prize. But when you get women who don't believe that, I don't even think you should go into a relationship thinking I'm the prize. You shouldn't go into that, right? But as a woman, especially women raised in the church, my God, today, you are raised to believe that these men are second to God. So you forget often who you are, and you make these men your personality. So Chevanique is definitely the kind of girl who will get in a relationship and my man. Unfortunately for her, because look at her. You shouldn't be with no man that's not saying my girl, my woman, my wife. You know what I mean? Like, but the church will play with your mind. As a woman, it will play with your mind because the church is not a matriarch. It should be. Although you're the backbone of it, you are not the head. And that's the problem with it. Anyway, moving on. So Chevanique is now competing for Joseph because he told her, that Francesca was already there. Joseph was already going to pick Francesca. He just liked having Chevanique perform for him. He loved it. He ate it up. Every performance from Chevanique, from Francesca, he just grinned and grinned. The grin got bigger. The laugh got louder. He ate it up. Francesca's upping her competition and competing for him. Chevanique is crying in all the confessionals that she is in with him. It's a little too late for her though, right? Because now Joseph has decided that he's going to pick Francesca, right? He's told the guys that he's made the decision. He likes Chevanique, but she is just not it because Chevanique is a bit more guarded than Francesca. Break it down. He can't control Chevanique that easily. He can, but not that easily. He had to work to get that performance out of her. And that boy don't want to work. He said, you're not vulnerable. You're not vulnerable like my other connection. You're not, you just need to, we didn't get there. We didn't have any vulnerable moments. Meaning you didn't let me into control. The minute she told him she was guarded, out. Because that means that you're still in control. That's not what he wanted. He was able to find out what he needed in Francesca. I hope she remembers who she is, or her family clocks in with Francesca and she doesn't go through with it. I do want to say it grieved my spirit seeing Chevanique lie to herself when Joseph let her know that he had a stronger connection somewhere else and he was ready to make his decision, because Chevanique then goes, well, I feel like God is leading me to you. No, he's not. You don't believe that. You just want him, because what Joseph did is what men do all the time. And not just men, right? This happens with people who are, and not just in relationships, right? In anything, right? With people who like having people fight over them, right? Or like being in the middle, like, you know what I mean? Like being desired by multiple people. What he did was told each woman that one woman is doing more than the other. So fight. And that's exactly what they did. So now it's no longer about getting Joseph, or it's no longer about finding your partner, finding your husband. Now it's about getting Joseph, because now Joseph is the prize. So now these two are competing with each other. And now they went from talking, how all the girls talk to, now they're not talking. Now they've created their own cliques where they're talking about the other and these cliques now, because now it's a competition. And these two are fighting each other for the prize that is Joseph. The boy is good. Got two women he hasn't laid eyes on fighting over him. And they don't even know it. They didn't even see it. But he was able to do it because he recognized patterns. Consistent. They are consistent in their demonism. And as soon as Francesca bit, he said, that's her. That's her. But I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready to get out the pods. I want to have some fun. So let me tell Chevanique that she's not doing enough. And let's see what she do. And what does Chevanique do? Oh, this is my process too. I mean, I like Francesca, but this is for me as well. And I feel like God is leading me to you. So now she goes back to the crutch that they both use, which is religion, which is their faith, which is their belief system, right? And try to manipulate him to change his mind and choose her. But she doesn't know he been made a decision. He's just playing with her. So she's, oh, Joseph, well, there's something with us. We have it, trying, like pleading with her and letting her know that she's better than him. And this is the thing. How I know I'm right? Joseph's reaction. Because he should have said, Chevanique, you are a great woman. But you are not my future. I have found it with someone else, and I am so sorry. But I have made up my mind. You know what Joseph did? Oh, Chevanique, you're making this so hard for me. I thought your mind was made up. Okay. I thought you already knew who you wanted to be with. Oh, Chevanique, I can't believe it. What are you doing to me, Chevanique? I thought you knew who your wife was. Oh, Chevanique, I can't believe it. What are you doing to me, Chevanique? I thought you already knew who the woman was that you wanted.
But they should have both just said no for him. Because I remember
that's what I wanted them to do. He's playing them.
We was watching it, and both of the black girls was like,
yes,
no, he's not. And they both left that guy sitting there stupid. And that's what they should have did. But she just want to be a pick-me so much that she,
she's fighting for him. Yeah. Oh, we could have something. Me and you, Joseph, I know what we got. Why are you fighting for him?
You ain't got nothing with him.
Why are you fighting for him? I hate to see a baddie down. Why are you fighting? And he loved it. He ate it up. And then he's just, because he went there to end it, right? Now he's like, let's have another date, shall we? And see. Yeah. Ain't no see. You made up your mind. You know she isn't the one. You already told the boys. You been said that it was Francesca. But you like how Chevanique fighting over you makes you feel. You like that this woman was begging to be with you. He ate that up.
He's a red flag anyway.
Been a red flag.
Men in church are always, they the pick of the litter.
That's them church boys, because what they do. Oh, go ahead, Mom. I'm gonna finish.
But you are on this dating show, so that lets me know you already done ran through the church.
Preach, Mama Star.
You already ran through the church, and you 30-something years old, and you is on this dating show, and you still playing them same games that you've been playing in the church with these people feeling.
Them church boys love it.
What you need to get is delivered.
Period.
Because you sitting up here running these girls like that, and you like it. You, oh my goodness, my goodness.
Chevanique.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
But they both should have. They
both should have said no. But now, because now it's become a competition for them. Now it's which one gonna get Joseph? They're no longer listening to what he's saying in these confessionals. That now they're not even talking to each other, so they can't even compare notes to realize he's telling them the same thing.
Right, and Chevanique's going to sleep with him when they get out of the pot.
Now I don't know that. I don't want to put that on her.
Oh, she's gonna sleep with him.
I don't want to put that on her. We'll
She's
see.
Going to sleep with
we'll
him.
see at the reunion. I don't know.
She's going to sleep with him just for her own satisfaction.
I got him because now it's become a competition.
He ain't yours, right?
It's become a competition, and this is how the men get y'all to go baby for baby. This is how they get y'all to go baby for baby. And then once y'all realize y'all got all these kids and they got all these half siblings, then you realize you got played. This is how they get y'all to go baby for baby, because now these two are competing for him. These girls are now competing for him.
Yeah.
That attractive man, straight man, church boy, don't have a wife. Get out of here. Like my mama said, he done ran through the church. There ain't no girl left in the church for Mr. Premarital Sex to run through. Now he on this show playing them church games with y'all minds. Because this is what he did in church. Mm-hmm. That's why he's so good at it. Well, you know.
And that's why he on the show.
Come on.
The pastor probably said that you have to go down.
The pastor probably put him out the church. Pray over that ding-a-ling. Well, you know, Natalie, you know, me and her, we pray in tongues together, and you know, you ain't even read the Maccabees. I don't know. Now you got this girl fasting for you. You don't even fast. Now she fasting for you because you're telling her that this girl is farther off of her Christianity. Get out. It's control. It's control. That's all it is, sisters. Wake up. Shabanique, I was so hurt when she started begging for that man. You, girl, remember who you are. Go ahead, Mom.
When that penis gets soft and can't get hard no more, he gonna know what it is.
Okay. Wait, no. All right. No. Mm-hmm. And y'all don't want me to check her. Mom, no. That was too much, Mom.
That was not.
That was too much.
You don't say he running through the church out of where, though?
That's too much.
I'm going to say what my pastor said. Okay. Take these kids out of here because we got to talk.
So now Shabanique has piqued Joseph's interest because she's begging for him. He came in a dumper. He's going to wait the dumper because he liked the fact that she was begging to be with him. Get out of here. Get out of here. Let's move on to episode 4.
Before we get to episode 4, Shabanique needs to slow down to Miss Sex therapist or whatever. She got to slow it down too because she's not leading with her integrity or her intellect.
Mom,
she's leading with her profession.
No, she wants to be married. And this is happening. Like, listen, 27 through 32 is the choose me, pick me years of a woman's life. If you are able to survive that without a husband or a baby, you're going to be a very different person at 30. Something happens to you mid 30s. So, you know, right now this is a rough season for a lot of women, and I'm going to give them grace because I've been there.
I've been married 2 times, and I've never been in that position. I was married because of circumstance, which was dumb, which was why my mother was mad at me both times. I never was at the pick me stage because I was everything for the both of them.
Oh my God! Somebody said, "Oh my God!" Somebody sent me a Venmo because they tried to super chat me, but they can't because they blocked. What is happening? I have been unblocking people all week that I didn't block. Oh my goodness. Let me just get this Venmo real quick and then we'll get into episode 4.
That wasn't Mama Star.
I just got it. Thank you so much for the Venmo.
Who was it from?
NS. Now, NS, I didn't block you, so it wasn't an award. I'm going to fix it. NS said, thank you for the Venmo. Said, hi, Nikki. Tried to send a super chat on YouTube, but I think I've been blocked, but not sure why. Can you unblock me? Zora, I never would have blocked you. We was just talking yesterday.
Who? Zora was blocked?
Zora.
You know what? That could have been Mama Star.
Mom, here's the thing. Why don't you watch me on your computer and not the phone?
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah, because sorry, Zora. I'm going to fix this. When I get off of here, I'm going to fix it. Thank you so much for the Venmo. I apologize. was just talking to Zora.
Yeah, I'm trying to answer, and this is
maybe. Watch. You're going to start watching me on a computer.
Okay.
Sorry, Zora.
Sorry, Zora. I don't know if it was me, but I'm going to take responsibility.
It was you. It was you. Let's because we're getting late. Let's wrap up with episode 4. So we leave off episode 3 with Chevanique fighting.
That's my girl too.
I know.
Zora, my girl.
We leave episode 3 with Chevanique fighting for accident, yeah. With Chevanique begging Joseph to be with her. Pick me, choose me, right? Now, after we have the begging and pleading from Chevanique, we move on into Cuba and Ryan, who get engaged. The literacy crisis has won yet again. Faye and Jack also get engaged. Terrible decision for Faye. Terrible decision for Faye. I felt so bad for her watching that proposal. That boy's gonna play. I also want to say this because my mom brought it up. Do you know that every season we get two black women fighting over this lone black man? And the reason why they're fighting over this black man is because this black man loves the fact that he is being picked. And so he drags the process out, although his mind is already made up. Thank God for last season where we had the US version, where we had one sister who was just like, I'm not going to do this back and forth. You ain't made up your mind yet. I'm out. So with her removing herself from the love triangle, that dude's ego was bruised. Mm-hmm. So he couldn't complete the task. The reason why Joseph gets stronger and stronger each episode is because Chevanique and Francesca haven't chosen themselves.
Bingo.
They have to take their power, but they are making this man stronger and stronger. They have to take their power back. These two are creating a monster in Joseph. They are making him powerful and powerful every time they talk to him in the pods. But the reason why we have always, every season on Love is Blind, why we always have two black women and this one lone black man and this competition over this brother is because black women are harder to break. Mm-hmm. So what happens is, if you can't get a black woman to bend and break to your will, the smartest thing to do is to tell her another woman is doing what she won't do. Mm-hmm. Because the competition enacts, like, it wakes up a dummy that was laying dormant inside of her. And now she starts doing these things to compete with this other woman because you have let her know that she is not better. And the reason why I'm speaking about the black community is because it's always a pattern every Love is Blind season. These women, these sisters come in this show confident, and they have to get broken down by this brother that they are all choosing, which is why Lauren has success. Go back to her season. There were a ton of brothers on her season, but they was playing. And Lauren said no. Mm-hmm. And she decided to continue to speak to the one guy that continued to show her interest and that he was serious and was not playing. If you go back to season 1, you remember Lauren and them pods with them brothers. She had only dated black men. That's what she was going for. They was all in them pods playing. That white boy wasn't playing about her. And they still together. But here's the thing with black women. And listen, I'm not a divester. I'm not a divester. I told you before, this is going to be a do-rag in my bed, child. But what happens with black women on these shows is that only allow themselves to be available to Black men.
Okay.
And that is why, because listen, I'm only saying this for Love is Blind. You're coming on a show called Love is Blind. You want to open yourself up, sisters. If not, go on Love is Negro. You know what I mean? You're going on Love is Blind. So you're going to find somebody, if you open yourself up, sisters, who is not the brother that you imagine that you would be with at the end of this. And that is why you always have two sisters at the end of this fighting over the one Black man.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because the same
you
stuff.
Open yourself up to love.
Exactly. Because the same stuff that they've written off them non-Black men for, they didn't write that brother off for. They made excuses for him. Say, oh no, I'm not gonna. No, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. But let Dante say something. Let Dante say something that Connor said. You X Connor out because of that. But Dante, you let it slide. And that's why you always get these sisters at the end who are no longer themselves. They started off bright, funny, bright-eyed, and bushy-tailed, and now they begging for this mediocre man. Joseph's not mediocre though. I can't. In looks. But they're begging for this mediocre brother because they gave him so many chances and allowed things that they would not allow from them other. You're real strict with them non-Black men, but let it be a Black man and y'all gonna let him play all day. And that's exactly what happened. Francesca and Chevanique let Joseph play all day, and now their only option is Joseph, because y'all were strict with them non-Black brothers, with them non-Black men. But you real easy breezy with this Black man, and now you're here. Now you done went to war for him, then bend and broke yourself, out here embarrassing yourself for this man, because in your mind, even though you came on the show that love is blind, you're leaving here with something Black. I'm not telling y'all to divest, but I'm saying if you're coming on the show, Love is Blind, even if you can hear that Black man through that screen, if he's playing, get rid of him. They let Joseph play, and now they're here. You strict with non-Black men, got to be strict with these brothers. That's how you end up with these Josephs. Y'all not strict with them. Y'all let them play, and we're here. And the reason why they drag it out to the end is because that clock running out, and the sisters haven't given themselves any options. They've left it to this one guy, this one Black man. And now they got to act out of themselves to win this prize. That is a man. Yikes. 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 It's going to happen every season. It's going to happen every season. They're not going to let Connor not going to be able to play with them. Kim Jong ain't going to be able to play with them. But Derek, Jamal, they're going to let him play all day. And that's the problem. That's the problem. Anyway, let me wrap up this episode so I can get your comments. So Chevanique is pleading with this man. Cuba and Ryan get engaged. Yikes. Faye and Jack get engaged. Yikes. Joseph. Oh, now Joseph decides after Chevanique pleaded and begged for him. Now he decides that he's finally going to say it, and that Francesca is the one. So he meets with Francesca. She's head over heels that Joseph picked her. Here's the thing. She's now lost sight of the process, right? You came on this show to find a husband. You didn't let Joseph play in your mind. Now it became about a competition. So you're not the thing that you wanted in a husband. You're not even looking at those things anymore because you just want to make sure that you can beat Chevanique. Mm-hmm. And now it's become a competition. So she sits down in the pause with Joseph, and he just lets her know. First of all, the way he's such a trickster, right? The way he's talking to her, it's sounding like he's going to dump her and pick Chevanique. But he did that on purpose, right, to get a reaction out of her, because he's talking and she's like, oh, okay. And then he says, and I decided that you are the one. She's like, oh, she's so excited that he chose her, and he ate that up. He ate that up. He ate up her heavily breathing because he thought that he wasn't going to choose her, and then he also ate up her sigh of release and being chosen by him. He ate that up. And so now she's beaming. She's so happy that Joseph picked her. She runs back and tells the girls, Mom, can you be even louder with that big bag of Doritos? My God, today.
Wow.
She's so happy that she got chosen. She runs back and tells the girls. She's not talking to Chevanique now. Chevanique is sitting over there in the corner being sad because she's celebrating and she knows what it means. And Zelania is just like, that don't mean nothing, girl. It's okay. Zelania, you knew what it was. Even Chevanique knew what it was. So then she goes in to meet with Joseph, and Joseph lets her know that she wasn't the one, and she takes it all in stride. The way Chevanique took it all in stride, I didn't like it. Because the way she was talking and the things she said gave me pause, because I felt like Chevanique was leaving it open in case he changed his mind. And I didn't like that, Chevanique. But what has happened is Chevanique and Francesca have lost sight of the process of coming on this show to find their husband. Now they've made it about a competition. I don't even think she really liked Joseph anymore at this point. Now she got to beat Francesca, because Francesca beat her. She got to get him back. She got to win over her. And I think Chevanique feels that way because of how Francesca looks, right? Here's the thing. Not saying that Francesca's unattractive, but Chevanique more has the current popular baddie aesthetic, right? And even Francesca mentions that Chevanique is really, really hot. So for Chevanique, it's a chip in her ego that a girl who she don't think could clear her got a man that she wants. So now she's talking to Joseph, and she's like, it's fine, it's okay. Because in her mind, she thinks when he sees me, he gonna regret it. Mm-hmm. When he see me, so that's what I think is happening there. And that gave me pause. I didn't like it. I didn't watch ahead, so I don't know. But that's what it was looking like. I could be wrong.
But let me say another thing.
Go ahead.
The thing that happened in that was she is saying she's going to prove to, what's her name?
Who are you talking about, baby?
Chevanique is going to prove to the other girl that
yes, it's a competition now. It's no longer about Joseph.
Right out of the box, but
yes.
She don't want him now because he didn't want her. Mm-hmm. But she's going to sleep with him.
That's what okay, Mama. I'm not putting that on her. I'm not saying that she's going to do that.
Oh, that's what she's going to do.
But I'm saying it's no longer about, like, they done took Joseph out the equation. It's a competition. I take your man. That's what it is. Now they competing. Now they really, really in it. It ain't no longer about Joseph. It's about who made the best woman win. That's what it is at this point. And so after she's rejected by Joseph, she's real cool. She takes it all in stride, leaves the door open. She breaks down in her confessional. And I think she broke down in her confessional because she embarrassed herself. She's going back to the begging. She's going back to when she was lying and saying, God led me to you, and God is the invisible strength therein. God brought us together. She's remembering everything that she said and everything that she did to get him, and she still lost. She's remembering how she embarrassed herself for this guy and still was not chosen. So when she had that breakdown, I think it was just pure humiliation. And she even said it. She was just like, I feel so stupid. It was just pure humiliation because she did all that thinking that she was going to win, and she didn't win.
Because they lost sight of the process, like you said. They started competing against one another instead of listening to what he was saying. Because he was putting it down. He was letting both of them know the game he was running. But because everybody wants to leave out there with somebody, they stopped evaluating the person and began to start to compete.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I seen them, she had a crew and she had a crew.
Yep. And it wasn't like that. It was all one.
I said, now we got a crew.
Yep.
To talk about what.
Oh, was she in there? I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah.
Why y'all beefing?
Right. What's the beef about? If they were smart, they would have came up against
exactly what he wanted. Yes. If they were smart, they would have sat down and compared notes and would have realized he ain't it.
And left him in there holding it in his hand.
Yep. So anyway, Joseph proposes to Francesca, felt nothing. Faye and Jack meet. Here's the thing. Jack saw Faye. He saw the melons. He was gone. Jack is going to put Faye through hell and through the mattress. He said, "Oh, I saw two." Jack said, "Oh, I saw the two things that I really, really like." So he gonna have some fun. They're gonna have some fun, but he gonna play. He gonna play. He could not keep his hands off of her. I said, "Oh, Faye, get ready, girl. Don't fall in love, sister. Don't fall in love." Cuba and Ryan meet. No chemistry whatsoever.
Really?
And no chemistry. No chemistry. And it honestly felt like Ryan was expecting something else.
Oh.
I don't think Ryan, Cuba's gorgeous, but I don't think that Ryan expected Cuba to look like that. And he saw her, he was just like, "Oh, hi there."
Well,
it was such a cold, like.
Well, he seen that she black?
I don't know if that's it. I don't know if Cuba's black.
No, I'm saying Cuba is something.
She's something. She's not white. But I felt like Ryan was expecting something else. And he got Cuba.
Yeah, he was expecting her to be white.
I'm not gonna say all that. Because I don't know. Does Cuba sound like is that a white voice? Is that a white British voice? I don't know. But he was not. No shade. The way Cuba looked, I was expecting a different reaction. I'm like, this is a baddie. That was a box of rocks. She's a baddie. Like I was expecting something, and he was like, "Hi, cheerio." Like it wasn't his thing.
Not white.
Okay.
Look at the bottom line. He was looking for white. And when she came,
Mom, you don't know that. To my UK subscribers, does Cuba have a white passing British voice?
Yeah.
They had to talk about some things. They had to talk about ethnicity or something. I don't know. Anyway, it just seemed like Ryan just wasn't impressed. I will say this. When we got the meeting of Francesca and Joseph, I said, "Oh, this is familiar. This is familiar." When I saw it, because first of all, she was so happy to see him, and she immediately started doing the stuff that women do to like the stuff that some women do when they kind of think that they are dating out of their league. Because she saw him, she was like, "Oh wow!" She was so happy to see him. And she started doing the like, "I'm so small, you're so big" stuff. And I was like, ugh. Oh, it's so cringy. And she was just like, "Oh, how tall are you?" And he was like 6'4". And she's like, "Oh, I'm so tiny, I'm 5'3". Girl, you don't got to do all that. Like, it's too much, Francesca. It's already too much. And here's the thing. I don't think that Joseph is out of her league, right? I don't think that Francesca thinks that she's like beneath anybody or anything like that. I'm not saying that Francesca's a baddie, but Francesca doesn't realize she's been worked. She's been worked. So she's coming out and she sees him, and of course he's attractive, right? But she immediately starts performing for him. And it's like, because with that, I'm so small, I'm so tiny. What that does is it makes men think you're like kind of childlike. So it's like, oh, I need to be led, I need to be taught. And that's what women do. The women who are gone, what women do to make men feel more comfortable and controlling their relationship and being with them, to make themselves more palatable to those men, to pick me, choose me, right? It's not just, oh my God, you're taller than me. I had no idea you were so tall. You're so tall, you're so big, I'm so small, I'm childlike to you. Yeah. Then they start putting on a baby voice and things like that. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing, but it's a performance for men that makes them feel comfortable. It's just like, I'm so small. I'm so small. I need to be led. You have full control. Like that's what's happening here. And I hate that. Because I would have never thought that this would have been Francesca. I would have never. I haven't watched the rest. I hope she finds who she is again. She don't, and I'm not going to I'm not going to blame her. She's been worked. She's been worked. I'm saying this as a woman who has survived being worked. She's been worked. So she's not probably going to see it yet until, you're in the process and you start seeing the things when you're no longer competing with Shabanique. Now it's just you and him. And you got to you'll see who he is. And you'll realize these are things that you could have caught, but you did not catch them because you were competing with this woman. I hate this for her. I hate this for her. But when I was looking, because these are our couples now. We have Francesca and Joseph, Sierra and AJ, Faye and Jack, Cuba and Ryan. Makes no sense unless you think about the literacy crisis. Sophie and Taylor, and the couple I'm rooting for the most, Yasmin and Jordan, right? But when I was looking at Francesca and Joseph and seeing how they were playing out, I was just like, they seem so familiar. I feel like I've been here before. I feel like I've seen this couple before. And then it hit me. We have been here before. I'm right. This is what we're dealing with. This is it. Oh my gosh. I hope it's not as bad as this, but I think this is it. I think this is what we're dealing with. Yikes. Anyway, I've talked long enough. Those are my thoughts for the season. What do you guys think? Sorry, I should have put the comments on the stage so we could talk while I was going through. Those are my thoughts for episode 1 through 4. What do you guys think? Zora, do not worry. As soon as I get off of here, I'm going to unblock you. But I can't do it right now because, I'm on live. Sorry about that, Zora. Dahlia said, nah, I'm not going to give Francesca a pass. We all grown women here. She knows this man over a few days. Not enough time to exert that kind of control. Francesca likes being kept for now. And that's the thing. Who doesn't like, being, I was going to say who doesn't like being kept. I don't. Like being kept for a moment is fun. Then when you realize you don't have any control, it's not fun. It's not fun. Love Like You Are said, no, I rebuke that. We are holding space. Guys, I'm telling you, I think that's what Francesca and Joseph is giving me. I want to start from the top. Ava Empathy said, hey, Nikki.Star and Star fam, happy Thursday. I can't wait to hear what Nikki has to say about this mess. I can't believe how messy these 4 episodes were already. Ciao. Oh. Jack is not a chef, Sarah. Sarah said he's not even a chef. His friends was in the comment like chef and he was giggling. Here's the thing. How I knew that Jack was playing and not really serious and that the show, let me bring him up, and that the show is co-signing this mess and knows that he's not serious and that he is not here for an actual relationship or marriage. Is I have never in my life seen anybody in all the Love is Blind seasons that I've watched, UK, America, I think I've watched maybe a bit of Brazil. I have never seen someone on the show, seen someone, a contestant, cook. We are seeing Jack random, shirtless, in a chef's apron cooking. He's here to play. He's here to play. Here to play. Here to play. I was just like, we have never seen this before. And why do we have Jack cooking when you guys have Crafty? They provide meals for you guys. You don't need anybody to cook for you. So why are we bringing in a stove for Jack to cook? You're only doing that because you're in on the scam that is this man. And that's why I'm just like, y'all could be hard on Love is Blind production, because you know that the women are actually coming on this show to find a husband. Stop casting men that are going to play with them, because what happens is, and it always happens, is these men come on a show not looking for a wife, not wanting to be married, just come on a show looking for fame, and they are partnered with women who actually do want to be partnered up and find their life partner. And they are moving in with these women, sleeping with these women while knowing they're going to say no at the altar. Remember last season in Love is Blind USA, that guy that showed up on wedding day, filthy, crumbs in his beard, just looking dirty, and he played that whole season? He was sleeping with that girl, making her believe that he wanted to be her husband. And that's so unfair, because the women are always duped every season, and I hate it. Jack is playing. The show knows that he's playing, and they are aiding and abetting his foolishness. I don't like it. So y'all could be hard on them, because this is messy. This is messy. Sarah said, seriously, lying about being a chef with TikToks from last year, talking about a construction job, scamming, playing all day.
They don't vet these people.
Oh, Drea Love says Sierra and Jack deserve each other. She is a piece of work. Oh my God, I haven't watched that. Zora said, I really like Faye, but she needs to work on her self-esteem and standards. I gotta agree with you there. Here's the thing. Faye is very smart. She knows that Jack ain't it, but she likes being chosen. And I can't blame her for wanting that feeling. Women are taught to want that and desire that, even if it doesn't feel right. We're told that we're not really we're taught, at least in the society, that we are not really valuable unless a man chooses us. Unfortunately. Authentically, Bria said Mama Star needs a Patreon so she can say whatever she want to say. No.
Yeah.
Renee said, hi, everyone. Hi, Star family. I'm so excited to hear Nikki's thoughts. Love is Blind and Love is Blind on Love is Blind and Love is Blind UK. Need something to fill the void left by Love Island USA. Yes, absolutely. Thank you for being here. Double T said, not Sierra talking about luxury and kitten heels. A size too large. Oh my God. Y'all are not fans of Sierra. Authentically Bria said, yeah, I was waiting for Sammy's turn. Maybe she ain't get chosen. I don't think that girl knew that she got cut. And that sucks. That sucks. Zora says, so can Sammy drop who she's with? I hope so. I want to know. Like, I don't know how long the gag order is on this cast, but I want to know what we didn't see. I really do. Neglectic said, I wish we would have seen some of the other women because they seemed more interesting. That happens every season. And there's always some love. Oh, you know what? Maybe Sammy had a love story, and maybe she got engaged, but they just didn't follow her. Maybe that was it. But I'm like, y'all should let her know that she's not going to be followed, because she's telling us that she's going to have this whole story and not to judge. Poor thing. poor thing. Busola said, honestly, not getting picked on this show can be a blessing for women. I absolutely agree. Zora said, I feel like she was named Sierra with the singer's pronunciation, but she calls herself Kiara to be different. Kind of like how she keeps saying she wears red nail polish because it's sexy. Probably, child. Probably. Authentically, Bria said they ain't show George either. I was waiting for him, and they didn't show Mike. Remember Mike, y'all was all in love with? He ain't get chosen, child. He did not get chosen. Double T said, why did Shamanique let that man tell her more than once that it was a no? Because she was competing with Francesca. She was competing for Francesca with Francesca. Busola says sometimes it seems people's religion is their whole personality and dims their own consciousness and intuition on what's really right for them. Absolutely. I can agree. Love Like You Are said Miss Brandy was lying down. Girl, first of all, not only is Joseph Christian, what did he say? Mom, what was his denomination? Pentecostal. Francesca, that man goes to a church where they're going to be speaking in tongues, rolling around, running up and down the aisles. You are Catholic. What he's gonna have you in? You don't know nothing about that, and he cannot have you in that church being scared. They're gonna be passing out, probably exorcising demons. Like, girl, and you talk about you want your kids to be raised in the church, the Pentecostal church. Lying. See, Francesca was lying. Dahlia said, I've noticed that people on these dating shows, especially the women, will word their responses to make themselves appealing. Come on, whether they want the other person or not, it's so annoying. Absolutely. Janelle said, Francesca reminds me of someone from the Love is Blind US season, but I can't put my finger on it. I know who you're talking about. Are you talking about the girl who was with the guy in the military? They were both military people, but he was anti-military and she still wanted to be in the military. And although he didn't want to be with her, he kept on having sex with her. I know who you're talking about. She reminds me of her. If that's what you're talking about, Janelle, she absolutely reminds me of her. Busola said, wishing Yasmin the best on the show. I hope the show doesn't wreck her self-esteem. Same. Because Jordan is building her up so much. I'm just like, don't disappoint, Jordan. Don't disappoint. Jesse said, them meeting made me tear up. Jordan, don't mess this up. He could be in the Hall of Fame. Right up there with Cameron and right up there with Brett. Don't mess this up. And it's another one. I forget. It's some white guy that y'all love. I'm not convinced on him, but y'all love him. But he could be right up there. Dolly said, I think the other issue is that the military culture encourages marrying young, especially for the benefits. Yeah, but I think that's just American. Because Jordan is in his 30s and he was not thinking about a wife. He was thinking about the military. And I said, No, but that's how I got married the first time. They do encourage you that. Yeah, but that's America, Mom. Apparently, they don't do that over there. Authentically, Bria said finances is going to be another issue with Sierra. Oh, absolutely. Hey, Just Jonda, thank you for being here. Double T said AJ was acting real insecure. Step up with your tall A. I know that's right. Jesse said AJ can't afford Tierra, and he knows that because he was sitting there listening to her talk about her lifestyle. So why are you still pursuing her?
No, he threw himself down and started crying about his friend that died.
It felt manipulative, AJ. It felt manipulative. He threw himself down. Okay. Zora said, when a man tells a woman he's a pleaser in bed unprompted, yes, he's here to play. Because I said, you're leading off of Christianity. But the next conversation, you're telling this woman that you want to have premarital sex and that you're a pleaser. Playing. He's playing. Jay Rillin Geraldine said, I honestly didn't care because something about Sierra didn't sit right with me from the beginning. Now I know why. Zora said, I feel like Jack dropped Sierra because she didn't say he was her number one. No, Jack was into Kiara. Jack was into Kiara, but remember, she was ice cold with him. Their next meeting, she was his number one. And then they go into the next meeting and she's cold. She's being real nasty to him. Remember, he left the pods and he was just like, that there was some weird energy there. And that's because she was talking to AJ, who made her feel bad for liking him. Authentically Bria said, I'm sorry. I hate when they give those sentimental gifts. It's too soon. Way too soon. Jess Jonathan said, I don't condone cheating, but is there.
He better get my mother's chain.
Exactly. I know his sister was watching that pissed. Just John said, I don't condone cheating, but is there any surprise every dude Sierra date is a cheater? But listen, all the girls on the show has gotten cheated on. They've all talked about it in their bios. McGlucky said, I don't understand how AJ didn't hear how superficial and materialistic Sierra is and the pods. When I heard what she said about money, I was even raising my eyebrow. He didn't hear it because he thought that he could change her mind. And he was right, at least for a minute. Because all of a sudden, Sierra don't care about money. Since when? You led with money. Now you don't care about it because you like AJ. A mess. A mess. Yes. Busola said it's always the dumbest people who think that they can homeschool. Like, what do you mean you can teach your kids better? You know better. How? What have you studied? You're gonna walk around and have these non-vax kids who all they know how to do is grow non-GMO tomatoes. They don't know no history. They don't know how to calculate anything. And you're gonna send them into the rest of the world and you're gonna make it our problem. Then we got to teach them how to do stuff because the parents didn't. Because you know better. I was just like, I was so disappointed in Cuba. Love Like You Are said, Cuba and Ryan, both nut jobs. When he said his kids will not be going to school, I said, oh, brother, there it is. There it is. Busola said, Cuba and Ryan will probably implode soon anyway. They seem flaky. Ryan doesn't seem to be into her. When he saw her, he was not into it. Busola said maybe they'll start a wannabe Maha podcast shilling scam supplements. I wouldn't be shocked. If they make it, I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked. K235 said Ryan definitely gives Make England Great Again. Dahlia said, why is Sierra the girl who has $300 dates getting with jobless homosexuals? I will say this, and I could be wrong about Kiara, but the way she was talking about her dates, I was like, Kiara, it's giving working girl. What are you talking? Like the way she was describing her dates, I was like, I think so too. Busola said he's probably on this show to promote his personal training business. I think they're all promoting their businesses. I think all but a few. I don't think Yasmin is promoting anything. I don't think Jordan is promoting anything. Joseph is promoting him. I don't think Chevanique is promoting anything. I don't think Francesca is promoting anything. Jack is promoting him. I don't think Taylor's promoting anything. Sophie is promoting Sophie. Ryan is promoting his business. Q is promoting her fitness business. I think that's it. K35 said, completely agreed, but I don't know if AJ is legit broke, especially from seeing his parents later in the show. Oh, yeah, I don't mean broke like that. I just mean he does not have the finances to take care of a woman or a family. And that's what he's talking about he wants. You got to get a better job. Thank you, Dahlia. Dahlia said, we know what you meant. The Bible also said a man who doesn't support his family is worse than an infidel. The men folk love skipping over that part. Absolutely. The ghetto, what's up, said, will sadly have to be replay gang, but I'm so glad to see you back. I hope you had a fun trip. Thank you so much, and thank you for being here. Absolutely. She's playing. She playing because she liked that guy. Just Jonathan said, trust Sierra will not be changing her quality of life. Absolutely. Oh, I'm sorry, Baby Tinks. Baby Tinks said, I tried watching this season, but it's just too close to home. It drives me mad. I'm sorry. Listen, I get it. Child, been in them trenches. Donnie said, I hate that for Chevanique and how she played herself. She started that manipulation and fighting over Joseph. Yep, because it became a competition. Because Joseph thinks he's the prize. Oh, Lord. K35 said, watching this after seeing all episodes is so funny. My God, today. How off am I? Baby Tink said he's a London church boy. He ain't running through the girls in church, I can assure you. Oh, good. Oh, good. K235 said Zora was literally just in this chat today. What is going on? I don't know, child. I don't know, but we're going to fix it. K235 said, that's why I ain't even want to watch this season for real, because it'd be the same thing for the black woman every time. Every time. Dahlia said, it's always a beautiful, upwardly mobile black woman who refuses to give the time of day to anyone but raggedy black men or the lying black men. Brett was a rarity in the Love is Blind world. Yeah, black women are strict for everybody else but black men. And that's the problem. Donnie said, why did Chevanique not talk to other men? Lauren and Cameron, my favorite couple of Love is Blind. Lauren has a beautiful family with their baby. I think she did. I think she was probably, and this is just for black women in general who come on Love is Blind. I think she was probably not very strict and not playing games with men that she noticed were not black. She went on the show wanting to get a black man. And when she found the black man, she stuck right there. But a white guy couldn't play with her like that. An Asian guy couldn't play with her like that. An Arab guy couldn't play with her like that. But that black man can play because that's what she wants. K235 said, that's why it's so funny when black men say that black women settle for less when it comes to white men and have high standards for black men. Like, no, it's actually the exact opposite. Actually. K235 agrees with you, mama. K235 said, I got the feeling Ryan wanted a white girl.
Yes. When he seen her, he said, oh no.
He was like, oh, hi. Dahlia said, Cuba looks East African. If you told me she was Habesha, I accept it. I don't know that he expected it with a name like Cuba. Yeah.
But yeah, her name is not European.
Like, yeah, it's not a dead giveaway.
Cuba is a different name.
Yeah. Baby Tink said no. Talking about Cuba, she sounds like an average Londoner. He wanted a white Latina, not an ambiguous, not a non-ambiguous one. Oh, so y'all agree with Mama Star? Okay. Kate,
the chemistry that they had before
he saw her and he was not.
It was just all hell over here. And you know that I had a situation like that.
What?
With a blind date. I can't remember.
Oh my.
They hooked me up with a blind date, and when we seen each other.
Mama, please. K235 said, to be fair, Francesca did the exact same thing Sierra did with You're So Tall.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, You're So Small.
He had a little reservation too.
I'm so small
like,
thing.
Oh, you're so tall. I'm 5'2".
You know what? And you're absolutely right. The only reason why I didn't call out in Kiara is because she absolutely plays into that. Yeah. That's like what she wants. I don't think that is what Francesca wants or would go for, but I think because she likes Joseph, she plays into that. So that's the only reason why I called it out. I absolutely expect a Kiara to do that. You're so big and I'm so small. Oh. Because she is the one that gets men, financially well-off men, to take care of her. And those men that got money that's going to spend it on her, you want to perform like that if you want to get that money from them. That's the performance they want. You're going to have to act like a child. You better act like a damn toddler. That's it. So that's the only.
Scary for me that you gotta act like a toddler.
But that's what them rich boys want. especially for the one she's going for.
So you want a little girl then?
Yes, Mom. If it was not illegal, if it was not illegal for men to date and marry children,
you know what?
They would do it.
I did not watch NikkiStar program before.
I'm telling you, that's the gender that always knows the age of consent, and in every state they in.
What?
And them women that perform that childlike stuff, they know that. They know that. Why are you constantly obsessed with looking younger? To attract men. You know what kind of man you dealing with. Honey, I made dinner. Why are you talking like a newborn? Get out of here. Google Gaga. They know what they do.
Okay.
They know what they doing. KT35 said, Francesca is absolutely gorgeous, and I wish she would raise her standards instead of trying to fit into what Joseph wants. Yet, she knows that, right? She's getting worked, y'all. We've all been worked before. She gonna find herself. I got that one.
We've all been worked before. Wow.
Yes, Mom. That's how you ended up with me. Dahlia said, didn't the big guy who married Amber from last season cook? They were always showing him talking about food. No, I don't think I ever saw him cook, but we always saw him talking about how much he wanted to eat. Dahlia also said, love is blind across the world, love playing fast and loose with these job titles. Don't even bother verifying info. Yes, Alex. He was so dirty.
Oh.
You knew he wasn't there to find a wife. And he later talked about how casting, they reached out to him. He was not looking to be on this show. But he was like, why not? I'm homeless. I don't got nothing. I'm homeless and unemployed. Don't got nothing better to do. Janelle said, Jack act just like the guy from Love is Blind UK, the first season, who picked the black girl, and she ended up with Jedediah.
What is Jedediah?
Who is that? Because I watched the first season. Who? K235 said they showed Mike in the men's lounge talking to one of the guys. To be honest, he was underwhelming on the show compared to his picks. I don't even remember him or Sammy. Oh, yes. Dolly said they got Pentecostals in the UK since. Oh, yes. I remember back in the day when I was deep in the church, there was this black British dude who looked like he looked like the lead of
you went to his church.
Yes. He looked like Word Up. What's the name of that? What's the word? He looks like the lead. Cameo. He looks like the lead from Cameo. He has a huge Pentecostal church out there in the UK. I don't know if it's still practicing, but he used to come here and we used to go to his revivals. Baby, it wasn't. He used to perform. He was laying hands, throwing people around, speaking in tongues. It was a scene, girl. I forget.
When was you deep in the church?
Mom, are we gonna play these games, Mama Star? You had me at church every day.
That's a lie.
Every day. I was on every choir. I was serving on everything you could serve. Mama Star had me in the church. Yes, I didn't want to do it, but my mama made me do it. But we used to go to his stuff that he had. He used to come to our stuff at our church, and my sister actually went to his church out there when she was I think when she was studying abroad. She used to go to his church. He has a huge church out there. I don't know what his name is.
Thinking that you was enslaved in church and all that, and that's not the truth, girl.
Okay.
We'll
wait for my book. I decided to tell the truth. We'll wait for my book. Miss Patricia said, I haven't watched the episode yet, but is a person named Kiara Irish? Because that's that's traditionally announced. Kiara. I learned that meeting a family friend's wife and being so confused. That would make sense. Mm-hmm. That would make sense. Because she does give Irish. Them eyes. I said, this ain't a typical colonizer. It's something different about this one. That would make sense. Oh, Donnie has said Kiara is a piece of work. She is so nasty. I wanted her with Jack. Ooh, ooh. Dahlia said, "What does Kiara do for a living? Men. She run them pockets. She runs them pockets." Dahlia said, "Nikki, you running down the people who are promoting stuff made me realize Love is Blind UK's recruitment strategy reminds me of Love Island because they both get influencers. These are just the over 25 crowd." Absolutely. 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 Busola said, "Poor Cuba. She's nutty, but I hope she doesn't come out of this feeling less than if Ryan isn't into her." You know what? I never thought about that. I hope so too. I hope so too, because I feel like we're going to watch the remainder of the season is going to be her being rejected by Ryan. And that's going to be a tough watch. I hope so too. I hope she comes out of this feeling better and not feeling like she's less than. But again, this is probably a year ago, so she probably found her spark. We will see. KT35 said, cracking up, I was shocked about the British Pentecostals when I heard that too. Yeah, they're big out there. Benaya, yes. Janelle said, not Jedediah, it was Benaya and Nicole. You're right. You are right. You are right. Dahlia said, Nikki, Kiara does the way she talks about, her lifestyle and the men. I'm like, girl, it sounds like Pretty Woman. Because it's not sounding like you finding these men authentically. Do y'all have a back page in the UK? Because I'm like, what's going on? What's going on, sister? What's going on? Yes, he was fake homeless. He was fake homeless. Yes. They be playing on this show. They play on this show all day. And I am so excited to talk about the rest of the episodes with you guys tomorrow. So tomorrow, same place, same time, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We will be finishing the season of Love is Blind UK. And then right after that, we're going to have a live about Meghan and Harry. Has it been almost a decade since I talked about, remember my live about their wedding?
If we could get Nikki out of the church.
Girl. Baby said, Benaniah is very wealthy. I don't know why he lied like that. Well, because he's very wealthy. I will say, is the wealth on his father's side? Because when we met his mother's side of the family, I was like, ain't no way y'all got money. Ain't no way, child. Ain't no way. Oh, speaking of working class Londoners, we had to drive to the airport. I said, why is every airport in the hood? Because this is like everywhere you go. Philly, airport is in the hood. LA, airport is in the hood. London.
Philly airport is not in the hood.
Mom, that is the hood. Would you walk around there with your purse unzipped? Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me.
That's nowhere around.
Mom, yes, that is. Girl, when we go to that Wawa where everybody was on meth. Right by the airport. Exactly, girl. Stop playing. Recently. And we was at that airport. Okay. If you don't think they got the projects that they just redid over there. That's the hood, Mama Star. You know what? Here's the thing. My mom don't like me telling the truth about my story. My mom, according to my mother, I grew up in Chestnut Hill and went to private schools. Like everything that I'm talking about never happened. That's what you told me. Never happened. Anyway, Simone said, I remember the wedding live. We was having a time. We were. And now we're back. Because we have to talk about this. There has to be a reason why she's doing it. because, girl, we fought all them people. We fought the whole UK over you and you're going back. Oh, we got to talk. We got to talk. Did we go? No, it wasn't Heathrow. No, Heathrow was nice. We landed in Heathrow. Where did we leave from?
We left from Heathrow.
That wasn't Heathrow.
Yes, it was. It was on the other side. That was Heathrow.
That was the same airport?
Yes, it was.
Well, what side did we leave on? Because that was nice.
Well, we came at night. And we came from
but Mom, when we drove out of Heathrow, it looked like New York. We were driving through like all of these like buildings. When we drove to leave.
They brought us through the hood.
Oh, okay. Okay. No, okay, so maybe it's not the hood. Maybe it's just
Girl, I was looking at
the homes were dilapidated. Yeah, we were all like making sure the doors was locked, but
he brought us the back way. That's what he was saying from traffic.
What's another side of Heathrow, y'all? It's another side of Heathrow. Dahlia said every airport is in the hood because they need a lot of land you can access quickly and they don't mind kicking us out to get it set. Yep. Same reason freeways cut through black neighborhoods. Talk about it. It probably was. I think it was that work. Maybe. But the houses were like, I was like, oh. Okay. Simone said the king is going downstairs to meet his father. Simone, now listen, that's the only reason, child. Now I want to say this. I'm gonna be as honest and open as I can tomorrow when we talk about Harry and Meghan, but I'm gonna choose my words wisely because I might be moving to the UK. I was looking at some $1 million properties. I was looking at some properties in Kensington and Notting Hill, and if I hit the lotto, I'm buying me a pink townhouse in Notting Hill. So I'm not going to say too much because I don't want them to kick me out or tell me I can't get back into the country. Oh, Lord. Donnie said, Mom, Donnie said, Nikki, we need to have a discussion of hot topics and Married at First Sight. Yes. What are the hot topics you want to talk about? What other hot topics besides Harry and Meghan? Married at First Sight is next week because I'm not fully caught up. So Monday and Tuesday is going to be Married at First Sight. I want to talk about the first 8 episodes and then I'll finish my thoughts on the other 8 episodes. We won't go through episode because there's so many. I'll just go through my overall thoughts. And then there's like a reunion, right, on Wednesday. So that's Married at First Sight is going to be all next week. Love Like You Are said, that's okay, Nikki, because we're going to say it for you. Yeah, like I can't be talking like crazy like that since I'm trying to come back. Kate35 said, Nikki, we got Kensington at home. Let me tell you something before I get out of here. Let me tell you something. When we got there and we got into our car to to drive to our place that we were staying in Kensington. When the driver told the kids that we were going to Kensington, they was like, Kensington, because these are Philly kids. They was like Kensington, and we had to tell them Kensington in London is not Kensington in Philly. They were like, Kensington, we're staying in Kensington. A mess. Let me tell you something. Kensington in London is not the same Kensington in Philly. My God, today. Simone said, Nikki, there'll be new leadership by then. Okay, we'll talk freely. No, Dahlia, polygamous is on the list. E for Empathy said, thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Star Fam, for remembering to like, share, and hype the video. Thanks for always supporting. Yes, thank you all so much. I have to get back to this. I know why y'all want me to watch The Polygamist, and y'all are messy. Y'all are messy. I know why y'all want me to watch the premiere. Y'all are messy. K235 said, I'm weak. Them kids said, take us home. Yeah, they were like, Kensington? We were like, no.
I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to watch.
What?
The Liquor because I don't believe in this stuff.
Mom, you haven't even watched the show yet. What are you talking about, Mama?
I'm talking about these men that think they super.
Oh Lord. Anyway, let me get out of here.
Super penis.
I'll see you all tonight for reality TV chat. It's going to be all housewife stuff. Yeah, it's mainly going to be like a Bravo chat. So I'll see you tonight for that because I want to get prepared because the shows that we're going to be talking about are going to be starting up in like 2 or so weeks. So let's get ahead, talk about the cast, talk about everything. We're going to talk about the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip and, whatever else is happening on Bravo. I will see you tonight for that. Thank you so much, Dahlia. Dahlia said, thanks, Nikki. I had fun as usual. Have a great day. Yes, have a great day, everyone. Thank you all so much. Shout out to my UK subscribers. Thank you for joining me. Shout out to my American subscribers. I know a lot of you are probably watching me on your lunch break or at your desk. Thank you all so much for sneaking away to spend some time.
Was sneaking away and then been with you that long. They fine.
Oh, I used to do it when I was at work. Listen, working in corporate America, I did absolutely nothing. Loved it. Anyway, I love you all. If you want to join me, I'll see you later tonight. If not, I'll see you tomorrow. Same place, same time for the following episodes of Love is Blind UK Season 3. Love you all. See you soon. Bye. What a season, y'all. Woo!